to be a rapper, you know, go get the BBL, get the titties done. If you're gonna do it, do what you gotta do, you know, go to the expensive doctor, not the cheap ones, because they're killing people out here. I just read this, yo, where's my phone? Let me get my phone. All right, I am so excited to do today's video because I'm just excited, y'all. Like, I'm so excited. But before I start, I would like to say, what's up? First of all, what's up? It's your girl, Laura.
It's a girl, Laura.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? And thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. Like, I never thought that I'll get here at the time that I got here. I thought it was gonna be a while. I've been doing YouTube for a very long time. I haven't been as consistent. So just kind of like putting out content that I'm very passionate about. It's amazing. And if there's anything that I've learned from social media and the internet is not to give the trolls and negative comments energy, right? I've learned that from a lot of people, just kind of seeing how this cancel culture is, which is another topic, and just how people are so perfect and act like their shit don't stink, right? And just like to cancel people and whatever. Like, if there's anything I've learned, is don't give the negative comments energy, don't give the trolls energy. But I decided to do this video because a lot of y'all, and when I say y'all, Wildcats, I mean a lot of the new subscribers I gained from this viral video, which was me talking about the Bbl epidemic and just how it's getting out of hand, and also the dark side of it, right? And the dark energy and attention that you could attract just from having a big butt. Surprisingly, the video got more views than I thought it would when I was putting it out. Of course, it's a hot topic on YouTube, and I wanted to add my perspective to it. And a lot of women, a lot of people, I'm saying, like, I was just like, whoa, like, it's almost 80,000 now. It's at like 78 now. And at some point just kind of boomed, and a lot of y'all were commenting and saying how you relate to it, and it really warms my heart, and all the positive comments. But of course, there were some questionable, suspicious comments, and I would like to respond to them, I guess respond to them, because I don't want y'all to have a skewed idea of who I am as a person, because a lot of y'all saw that video and subscribed to me based on that video. I don't want you to have a certain idea of who you think I am based on that one video. So I just kind of wanted to clarify some things based on the comments that I have, just so like we're on the same page. It's either you're gonna stick beside me, you know what I'm saying, on this journey, or you're gonna unsubscribe, because I'd rather have people that I genuinely connect and understand who I am as a person and also as a brand. After that, I also have an announcement in terms of my channel and kind of moving forward what I plan to do with it. All right, so let's go. So the first comment, I'm just gonna go over like a few of the positive comments that I've got, which is, thank you for the video and being so candid and honest. As a Black woman, I don't have a big butt at all, and this makes me feel I am not a real Black woman. I thought about a BBL, and it's like, why and for who? I also thought about what comes with surgery, the male gaze, jealousy from other women, what a price to pay. Please do more videos like this. What does it mean to be a woman in 2021? Thank you so much for this comment. And I think, yeah, thank you a lot, because this also kind of gives me more ideas, kind of, you know, gauge my content, because all of the content I'm putting out is really just experimenting to see, you know, what resonates with the audience and me as well. So what it means to be a woman in 2021. Yes. Thank you. So the other person was Nikki Miller. The next person is Tia Felly. This is so true. It's annoying when everywhere you go, people constantly gawk over your butt. And when you are over sexualized, even as a child, to the point that you constantly have to be conscious of what you wear because you draw negative attention, even from the most regular clothes. Even finding creative ways to cover up, either with bigger shirts or your bag, or changing the way you walk around, meant as to not draw attention. I could relate to this comment a lot. Obviously from this video, you know I could relate to this comment. And what stood out to me mostly is that when you're over sexualized as a child, because I'm gonna get there later in the video, because there's a lot of ignorant comments there's a lot of ignorant comments and people commenting ignorant things. And, you know, I think a lot of people kind of chose to be intellectually dishonest and kind of like overlook my point and what I was trying to make. Whew. All right. So my camera just shut off in the middle of recording. I don't even know where I was, but I guess that was just the universe trying to tell me, like, you need to make it shorter. But where was I? So yeah, thank you for addressing. As a hijab wearing Muslim, I wear oversized clothes because anything curved, flattering feels immodest. I once went swimming in the ocean fully covered. When I emerged from the water, older women around me acted like I pulled a Halle Berry. Girl, even if you did, okay? So what? Or they made me cover my covered body with a towel. Then they said it was sinful for me to swim. Wow. That is just, like, honestly, that's like internal misogyny. You know, it's like, I don't really like to, I don't know. This is a very complex topic, and that's why I decided to even address the comments, because I just want to expand it further. It's like internal hate, you know? It's like instead of us uplifting our women, or instead of women uplifting other women, we rather put that idea of just like it has to be a competition, or you being a beautiful woman around me is gonna take away my attention. And it's like, I get it from an understanding, because that's just who I am. I understand. I put myself in different shoes and I try to understand from different perspectives. But it's like, it's really sad, you know. And I really like this book called The Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. And she has this quote, like, when you open this book, like right when you open this book, she has this quote that says, "I am a distinctive, beautiful flower and a healing herb with a heart, a mind, breast, buttocks, and a womb. I come with sacred earth medicine to heal myself." So I really like this. Even looking at it, it's like a little carvings. It's like an art, you know, like a carvings of a woman who just like a woman's body, and that's what it is. Like, women's bodies are beautiful, and we've made to feel like the only thing that is about us is the fact that we're, you know, sexual. Like, it has to be sexualized, and there's nothing wrong with sexuality. Through sexuality is how the earth is born. We put a seed in the soil and the soil brings it out, and here you go. You have a whole tree, like you have a whole fruit. Just like you put a seed in a woman and you have a whole baby, and you put a seed in the world, then you manifest ideas and whatever that it might be. Through sexuality, sexual energy is how things are created. So there's nothing wrong with that. My thing is just duality. There should be duality. And I love the fact that Queen Afua brings it up and, you know, says that we have all these things. We shouldn't feel ashamed of it. We shouldn't feel ashamed to have a butt. Like, it is what it is. It's part of our body. But, you know, through a male gaze, we've learned to only see ourselves as something that is just like, oh, my body is only like a sexual thing, and it's not something that is beyond that. And that's the point I was trying to make with this video, is that, yeah, we're sexual beings, but we are expanding. Like, as women, we're strong, and not just strong in a male or masculine way of like, ah. It's like we're emotionally strong. And I just see my friend have a baby the other day. You telling me she ain't strong? She just popped this whole thing out of her, and then she get up next day and she's breastfeeding and moving around. Like, bruh, you can't tell me women are not strong. You can't tell me women do not have anything so pure, magical to offer to the world, more than just be sexual images. Just to, you know, look, that's all I'm trying to say is duality. So the fact that she went through that with these women who would just like hate themselves, and impose that on her is really sad, like really. And then someone says, fact is, it doesn't make you love yourself. It doesn't give you a good heart. So you're really just an empty vessel. And it's true. You know, as a child, when you have a curvy body, you attract, I'm speaking from my perspective and a lot of girls' perspective, a lot of people in my life that I know, and I shouldn't know this many people who've been through this type of trauma, I shouldn't know this many people, but I do. And all of those people, like not all of those people, but most of those people have curvy bodies. Most of those women that I know are Black women, not all, most. But I say all that to say, when you go through that as a child, you start to like disconnect yourself from your body and disassociate. That's what they call it. You disassociate with your body, and it gets to a point where you start to hate yourself. You hate your body. You start to feel unsafe in your own body. And that's very, very, very bad, because it's not just bad, it's very destructive, because then you're easy to manipulate and anybody can come and say, hey, do this. And child, what do you think? It's so many girls that have been made to feel so disconnected and insecure about things that are natural to them and natural to who they are. And you know, we have this epidemic going on, and it's so easy to manipulate the mind who is told that they shouldn't embrace who they are. It's so easy. So when you go through that, when you get to a certain point as an adult, it's like you can't keep going on as someone who's not confident in themselves. Your body is a vessel, no matter what. That's why I love Queen Afua's quote of just like, yeah, I have a mind, I'm a flower. At the same time, I have a butt and breasts, like all of those things, and a womb. Like your body is a vessel in which things manifest and positivity manifests into the world. And you shouldn't disconnect from your body. Like you should love your body, you know? So yeah. Someone said, yeah, thanks. I agree with what you said about duality. You know, as Black women, we're stereotyped, which is true. We're smart, sexy, quirky, creative, more than that. More than just, oh, we can only brand her as being sexy. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but we're more. Like, even Chloe Bailey, you see this girl can produce, she can sing her ass off, and people are just focusing on the fact that she's like embracing something she felt insecure about, which is making my point. It's like, she felt insecure about her body and the fact that, you know, she's a curvy girl and she's embracing that, and people are like, no, you can't go the sexy route. Everybody's going the sexy route. That's the thing. It's like, oh, everybody's going the sexy route, so no, you can't be sexy. Like my brother tried to do that to me too. Like, oh, wait, there's a whole bunch of girls that's posing like this on Instagram. I don't want that to be your legacy. It's like, bruh, every woman is a lover. Every woman has sexual energy. Every woman has that they're entitled to express.
Get out of my face.
And so she says, some people put us in a box and get threatened when they realize we're multifaceted beings. Yes. I think being threatened is a big deal. Yes. I've experienced it. It's like a tension in which people start acting strange around you. Yes. People, men are threatened when you're smart, but you're, when they're sexually attracted to you. Women are sometimes threatened and they project their own insecurities on you. Yes. I think I've experienced both, and also being slightly envious of women who got more attention than me. Yes. Even bigger butt, lighter skin, longer hair. Yes. And now I'm older and more confident. I realize we as women have so much to offer than our physicality. As Black women, we constantly have to push back against people who make assumptions to get where we want to be. Everything sis said, yes. Another comment said, okay, it's about to get spicy. Okay, she said, social media. I was being told I had no butt in 2008 at 11 years old. I've always wanted a butt before Nicki Minaj came out. Let's stop acting like this started with Instagram. I get y'all's angle, but being a black woman shaped like a box, my life has been hell. Everybody, black women, men of other races act like you're not even black if you don't have this body type. I'm still getting this body type regardless. Y'all already have it, so you don't have to understand and never will. Sis, that's not the point I'm making here. This point is not for y'all that wanna, well, it kind of is. Yeah, sis, that's not the point I'm making here, because at the end of the day, you know, when you are 18 plus, you could choose to have a butt, and you don't have to experience negative things and the negative socialization and hating yourself and hating your body, which is very ironic because women who have it naturally are insecure about it. But then y'all could choose as an adult, you know, sign a waiver, choosing as an adult, and go get it done. It's, you know, it's ironic, but it is. It's like, sis, do what you gotta do, okay? I get it. This stereotyping that black women have to all have big butts. Black women, you know, I got stereotyping of like, oh, you know, I'm on Oreo. You know, I talk like I'm reading a book or something. So, you know, this idea that black women and black people have to talk a certain way. Like, you know, I got being dark skinned, I'm masculine. And because of that, instead of going to do cheerleading, which I was, you know, I was like curious about, I was like, let me just go do soccer. Like, you know, because I was a tomboy. I was both, you know, tomboy. I also love to dress up, do the girly things, play with dolls, whatever they call girly things. Instead, I was like, these people see me this way. If I go and join cheerleading, I might not even make it. I can't even gather the confidence to go even try out. And I love to dance. And, you know, I did it because I didn't see myself as being girly enough. So I get it. As black women, there's a lot of like ideas put onto us, stereotypes put onto us. And I understand where you're coming from, because at 2008, at 11 years old, I probably was 11 years old at 2008. I was like 12. You know, that was what I was getting. So when you're conditioned that way, you get to a point where you're like, look, I'm tired of this. I just want to feel good about myself. And I could just either be like, damn, I was being teased about my dark skin for so long that I could just opt to go get whitenish. I don't even want to put that brand name out. But I could either, you know, have to go get bleaching cream and say, okay, now I'm lighter, which I know I'm gonna get more attention. I know. It just is, like, you know. Or I could, you know, just challenge myself to love who I am, because with this body that I have and choosing to go play soccer, I busted out my ACL. I had ACL reconstruction surgery twice. Yes, twice. And because of that, I have early arthritis. I have problems with my knee, my hips, and my ankle. But I have a nice body though, right? It's not always green on the other side, sis. But if you're gonna do it, do what you gotta do. You know, go to the expensive doctor, not the cheap ones, because they're killing people out here. I just read this. I just saw this documentary of this beautiful, beautiful girl. That's what's crazy. It's a lot of y'all are so beautiful, but we always want more, right? It's natural. She was from Australia, went to Mexico to get it done, and the doctor killed her. She lost her life, and they just threw her body away like it was nothing. And her sister had to fight for justice in order for the case to even come up, like, you know. And the doctor, because they suck the fat out of your stomach, he punctured her lungs, so she died on the surgery table. So if you're gonna do this, make sure you go to someone that you know. It's like, go to the Kardashians' doctor or something, like someone you know, because listen, if you're gonna do it, do what you, I understand. Someone said, not hating your body is not bragging. Keep it up. Love your attitude. Thank you. I agree, just because I love myself and I love my body, and I think that my body's divine feminine doesn't mean that I don't think other women are divine feminine. In the video, I said body types change. Society's ideals changes. It does. Back in the days, being a bigger woman, even some parts of the world, being a bigger woman is adorned because it's seen as you being rich and you having enough food to where you could even get extra skin. So it's just all part of where you grew up and where you're from. But I understand that now we're all connected with social media and we kind of have similar ideas of what we think beauty is and whatever. So I get it. Someone said it's a double-edged sword. I agree. Black men aren't asking women to get BBLs. They do that shit for themselves. Are you sure? Because I could go all the way back. I'm pretty young. Let me go all the way back to a song that I can remember in hip hop. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Ding, ding. Is it MC Hammer? Nah, it's probably not. Let me not embarrass myself. But yes, black men have been pioneers in this industry of sexualizing black women and just that, especially dark-skinned black women. You see in music videos, we're only used as props, our asses are used as props, and sometimes it's like black women, only because it's like we can only get attention from black men when our butts are big and we have a certain type of body. We go and do this. We're not valued for anything else in our community other than like how big our butt is and what we can offer sexually. It's a complex conversation, but yeah, in today's world, especially hip hop is really the genre that blew this whole thing up. Yeah, to even the point where female rappers feel like they gotta go get the starter kit to be a rapper, go get the BBL, get the titties done.
Get the weave, get it popping.
I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong. It's natural. It's natural. But it's the culture. I'm just pointing out the culture in case you haven't seen it, sir. But yeah, black men are pioneers in this industry. The only thing is they're getting paid from it through the music, but there's someone higher than them, white men who are making more from black men perpetuating this. And white men have been doing this for a very long time. Like I said, Sarah Bartman, South African woman, she was taken from South Africa to Europe. Her body was exploited. She was looked at as like an animal in cage. After she passed away, her body was dissected and used to justify why black women and black people are not humans and just like over-sexualized. Yeah, so it's not just black men, it's somebody else that's put the idea into a black man's head, and black men just kind of go along with it, don't really question it, just like they don't really question the thought of why darkness and being a dark-skinned woman is seen as masculine, even though it's like not. Just being dark-skinned itself is seen as masculine. It's dark-skinned man, it's like, oh my god, masculine. Just like how y'all laugh at light-skinned men and say they're feminine. Yeah. Use your head. Don't be intellectually like dishonest. Use your head. Come on. Someone said it's not our sister's fault that the way that our Father has beautifully made them, but it is their choice on what they put on and show off. Also in scripture, clothing is actually mentioned for our men and women, to specifically go against lust. So listen if you want or complain about it. Yeah, true. Not everything is true, just the first part of what you said, that it's not our fault. We were beautifully made. At the same time, God wants us to, love ourselves, and part of loving yourself is being proud to present yourself in the world as who you are made. And in today's world, what do y'all expect? Like for us to just like wear, I know women even in hijabs, women even in hijabs still face being sexualized by men. Men just sexualize women in general. People in hijabs, women in hijabs still have to go in the back to pray to the same God because men don't want to be distracted even though they're covered from head to toe. So tell me what exactly they're being distracted by. So that's not a good argument. It's not a good argument. And also I have this thing from a pastor that I really respect, and someone pointed out that, oh, there's a naked picture, there's a naked woman in his picture, and he was like, ma'am, like, look, in the scripture, Genesis 2:25, Adam and his wife, who is Eve, and Adam and Eve were both naked and they felt no shame. Okay, he brought more receipts. He said, to the pure, all things are pure, but to those who are corrupted and do not believe nothing is pure, that's on them. Titus 1:15. I ain't read the Bible in a while, so I don't know. He goes on to say, she is on the beach to swim. What did you expect her to wear? You see how this connects? It's like the woman who said that she had to literally go and swim fully covered, and she still came out and she was being judged. Yeah, sick in your heads. Me, that was in the photo. I did not even notice the woman. What took your eye there? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. So check yourself, he said. Listen, I respect this man for really coming for whoever said that. Like, really, respect. Someone said, I'm trying hard to listen, but I can't when I've been made to feel like I look masculine. Like I said, sis, I understand. I understand. Just like you made to feel masculine, so have I for being dark-skinned. I empathize. I'm not saying I understand because I have this body. It is a privilege to be in this body, but what the point of this video is expressing my experience, not to erase yours, because everybody has experiences. And that's the crazy thing with the world. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, right? You were teased for not having a butt, but me having a butt growing up brought so many things that made me not love my body. So you could just opt to go and get this body at now being a grown-up, hopefully, and it's gonna bring you certain type of confidence. Just like for me, you know, I still have to embrace this body. I have to embrace it, you know? It's like, yeah, it's in fashion now and it's cool, but it's like, would it be in fashion 10 years from now? Who knows?
Stay tuned.
But yeah, you know, I have to learn to love my body. I have to learn to not internalize the fact that, oh, I'm evil, or I'm seeking attention, or I'm an attention whore, I'm a whore in itself. I have to deal with the trauma that I've dealt with, or that that was brought upon me because of my body, because I was sexualized at a young age. Okay, I was seen as being a grown person because I had this body at a young age, and that brought attention and certain things I have to deal with for the rest of my life. So I'm only expressing my experience. And because having dark skin has imposed so many stereotypes on me. Oh, you're masculine, you're angry, you're this. And I have to deal constantly with trying to just be myself as a person and not internalize those things further. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like what you choose to create out of those things, right? Because we're always going to be insecure about something else. Like, I have this body, I have to deal with my knees, I have to deal with the pain from that. I have to deal with, you know, I have this body, like I gain weight, like mostly in my in my butt, obviously, but also in my arms, and so it's brought a lot of stretch marks on me, and I have to embrace that. Like, what am I gonna do, get a skin graft? It's not a bad idea. Yeah, so, you know, we all have things we have to do with. So yeah, do you, sis. Like I told the other girl, make sure that you go to a right person. Go to save money, do what you gotta do to feel good. Go to the right person. Don't assume things about other women either. On the light skin, as you mentioned, I'm 2 times your age and had this booty body when skinny models are in, but the stink eye for being sexy, big, and light skin and long straight hair. Life is not always greener on the other side. People make a lot of assumptions about you, are not interested in you being yourself, that might go against that assumption. The sexy thing is that none see you beyond that and or take you seriously. because of that. So I feel you, but the stink eye you get because of your booty, don't give it about the skin and hair. Not every preference want to be preferred in a sexual way or want hate from other women. We have a lot more shared experiences that you should. Yeah, like I get it, because I also got a lot of these comments of people saying, oh, you know, with the light skin thing, not every light skin person. I didn't say every light skin. If I did, I apologize, but not really, because I was just saying my experience and things I see on social media. Oh, team light skin. When I was in college, our college was divided between girls. See, we were all on Black Scholars Hall, right? Even though some biracial people were on there too. We were on the Black Scholars Hall, and these girls grouped up and called themselves team light skin. And the other girls were clearly darker. And there was also one of my friends who was biracial, mixed with Mexican and Black. And she was like, you know, I felt like we were just being girls. We were being girls in college, like relating to each other, whoever we gravitated towards. And these girls were highlighting on the fact that they were light skinned. So don't come at me trying to be intellectually dishonest once again. Y'all weird. I'm only stating my experience. I'm gonna go check if this camera's on. Yeah, like, y'all are weird. You know, like, y'all are weird. Stop trying to make me feel like I have to diminish my experience because you are triggered. Like, so don't watch the video. You could have just clicked out of the video, you know, at the end of the day. And also, yeah, there is also this thing of dark-skinned women. But when we talk about, like, really, in terms of, there's also this thing of, yeah, light-skinned women face discrimination. They face, you know, even to the point of violence because people are jealous and envious. Dark-skinned women are envious, but what is really the amount? Like, what is give me the stats, right? Give me the stats. And maybe we don't have hardcore stats in terms of, oh, like to quantify colorism, but you see it everywhere. Like, don't be intellectually dishonest. We see the weight. The weight of being lighter skinned weighs more in the world. I'm not saying in general. I'm not saying innately your life is more important than mine because you're lighter. But really, if you're lighter skinned, you're marketable. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce's dad said this about Kelly and Beyonce, and the reason why Beyonce is talented, Beyonce's hard worker. I am the biggest Beyonce fan. Don't come at me. Whoo, Beehive. Whoo, I had to clarify that. Okay, Beyonce is my queen. But let's analyze this from a really honest point of view. Because she's lighter skinned, she was more marketable. Just like if compared to Beyonce, to a Taylor Swift or Adele, they would be more marketable because they're white. Let's be honest. It is what it is. And yeah, I have privilege. I have body privilege. I have pretty privilege. I didn't get pretty privilege until I was older. I was being told I was ugly for a very long time. So I internalized that. And the way I felt about myself was that I was ugly. And I didn't have anything on TV representation-wise that was telling me otherwise. Other than Kelly and Keke Palmer. But who? In today's hip hop, it's like a lot of these rappers are mediocre. And I don't even want to speak down on anybody's talent and anybody's brand and what they got going on. But at the same time, the bar ain't no bars. It's the bars ain't no bars. Like, other than Bia right now. And who else? But you see how I just mentioned someone who's lighter skinned and who's not even a black woman? But it's okay. What I'm saying is that there is not a balance. You know, it's like, can we have a balance of lighter skinned people who are being successful and darker skinned people who are being successful? You see in K-pop right now, they over-lighten their artists because in their head it's marketable. And in that is how it's just constantly reinforced, and it never changes. But it's not true. It's not true. Being darker skin does not make you non-marketable. It's not true. You know, but when you constantly see it, then people start to feel like they're above. I'm not saying all light-skinned people, because I have light-skinned friends. I'm gonna pull that card. I have light-skinned friends. Okay? I have light-skinned friends. So I'm not saying all light-skinned people feel that way, but a lot of light-skinned people date colorist men who make them feel like they're special and above dark-skinned women. And when they come around dark-skinned women and dark-skinned women are not exuding that jealous energy, they start to feel some type of way. Like, why are you not putting me on a pedestal? In our Black community, we have women like Danny Lay who comes in our community and says, yellow bonus what he wants. And black women are mainly her demographic. So honestly, lighter skinned people have more weight in the community, and that causes darker skinned people psychologically, if you're not strong enough to fight it, it's like we constantly have to be in struggle, and we constantly have to like, what's the word? Resist. We constantly have to resist the idea that we're not good enough, we're not beautiful enough, marketable enough, talented enough, when we are. Because a lot of these musicians behind Ariana Grande, there's Victoria Monet, who's a brown-skinned woman, and you have even Danny Lay. Her song was written by one of the girls from Cherish. Make me feel lovely, lucky. That song was written by one of the girls from Cherish. She was a beautiful dark-skinned girl. So where's Cherish? So anyway, that's another video. I didn't mean for this video to go that direction, but I see a lot of y'all in my comments being triggered by the light skin comment, but it's from my experience. So yeah, make your own video talking about your experience. Yeah. Hey, this is Edited Laura. So I saw another comment. I can't really find it right now, but it was basically saying how when other women compliment you, it just feels so good, like you feel good about your body. And I was like, wow, that's really true, because you know, even my friend that will always be like, oh, like, you know, Ghana girl, you got the Ghana, you know, bounce or whatever. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, it feels pure. It feels like, you know, I could just let my guard down. And even like when I was growing up, when I used to live with my mom growing up, my grandma and my mom would always compliment me like, oh, you know, she has a nice body. They'll always make me feel confident about it and not feel like, oh, there's men in the house, go put some shorts on or whatever. Like, you know, they made me feel good and like dress in ways that made me feel comfortable. And I feel like that really was like the root of where my confidence really comes from, right? Until I moved to America and it all got messed up. But it also reminds me of an interview I saw of Megan Thee Stallion, when she was saying that she became really confident in her body and who she was because her mom and the women in her, you know, house used to always be like, girl, embrace it, you know? And I was just like, damn, like, it's so magical when women can come together and really uplift each other and make each other feel good, because when we compliment each other, really it comes from a pure place and it doesn't feel like, oh, like, you know, like when a guy is complimenting you, well, unless I've had some Jamaican guys compliment me just because, like, they just gave me a compliment, like, I like your style, or like, you look good, and then they just kept walking by it, which is pretty interesting. But you know, when men compliment you, most of the time you're like, oh, there's a motive, like there's something behind it. But when women compliment you, unless they trying to get with it. So someone said, if you're sick of being objectified, stop using seduction as a tool in life. It goes both ways. Stupid.
Stupid. Don't be dumb.
Don't be intellectually dishonest, because seduction is used for everything. Being a charismatic person is using seduction. It doesn't always have to be sexual seduction. We go and, you know, marketing is using seduction, whether it's using sex to sell or whatever else to sell is seduction. Everything is seduction. You trying to holler at a girl, that's you using your charisma and seduction. So don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Like, Stop using seduction as a tool. So what do you want me to do? Go hide under a rock and not be successful? Okay. So you're basically admitting that I seduced you. All right, cool, thanks. These comments are funny. Y'all love the attention, knock it off. I'm a fitness trainer and I've had females younger and older say, I don't want to lose weight because I don't want to lose my booty. Okay. Hey, I'm just pointing out, like, what I'm saying is in this video, I was saying this is the negative side. There's a negative and positive to everything. And the negative side needed to be highlighted because people are just on social media just pointing out, oh, I have BBL, I'm sexy. There's also a downside to it. Being sexually assaulted is not fun. And you could just attract that just by being a woman, but the chances are high when you're seen as a sexy woman. And having curvy body puts you in that category. So not a lot of women choose. So what I'm saying is these women who are getting BBLs, they're older. They're signing permission slips to go get it. But when you're a child, you don't choose. That's what a lot of y'all are missing, is what I pointed out in the video, is a lot of these things were when I was a child. So it made me not even embrace who I am in my body. That is a different story now, you know. I'm gonna make a lot of y'all bitches mad because, you know, I call myself the intellectual freak, you know what I'm saying? I embrace my body because I love my body. You go see me dance, you're gonna see. Anyway, whatever. The thing I don't get is when women post half naked pictures on Instagram that pretend to complain about the attention, which is actually bragging about it. Okay. All right, well, I don't know. It could go both ways. Hold up. What in the hell is divine feminine? The only thing that comes to my mind is super thirsty dudes gassing you up so strong that you lose all sense of reality and believe you're divine. Stop. Ooh, somebody sound like a hater. Shoot. Of course I'm divine. Like, bruh. Have you heard me talk? Oh yeah, you did because you watched my video. Of course I'm divine. Someone says, stop smoking. You look like you have a 5 o'clock shadow. Wow. This is basically a video gloating about why she gets attention for being curvy. You will be whining about men if you were unattractive. What same person gets on the internet and complains about getting attention for being attractive? And then someone came to my defense and said, I don't think she's complaining about getting attention for being attractive. It's the type of attention and objectification that she has a problem with. Yes, thank you, sir, I think, for understanding and being intellectually honest. You know, like, catcalling does not equal compliments. Yeah. Men don't sexualize women. Women sexualize themselves. And then he pinned a video of me dancing. And y'all, okay, it's one of my shorts and I was just dancing. And he pinned it to say that I'm sexualizing myself, in which the video wasn't even sexualizing. Like, I wasn't even twerking, because y'all like to put twerking in the sexualizing box. I wasn't twerking or doing all of that, which I do a lot. I do twerk a lot. I was not doing my sensual dance. Yeah, if you see my Instagram, that's worse. I do worse than that. Okay, and he saw that as being sexualizing myself. I wasn't even wearing the tightest shorts. I wasn't even wearing booty shorts. But he saw that as sexualizing myself. So you proved my point there, sir. You proved my point. So I make all of this, I do all of this, and I made this video really to kind of make my brand very clear. Is my brand stands for duality. I call myself Deviant Lady, the intellectual freak, because I am intellectually just right, like, you know, intellectually divine. And I'm also a freak. I'm a freaky person, like, you know, like, I'm just sexy. Duh. And I don't think that I should abandon both. And I think it becomes really a threat when you know, just like the other girl said, when you show people like you're both, or you're more than what the box that they put you in. And I'm not going to say, oh, let's abandon our sexuality, because every woman has a lover in her. Every woman has that side to her. And it's unfair to be like, let's abandon our sexual energy. Then nothing is ever gonna grow. Have y'all saw the Bee movie? Bees are like, let's say, okay, I know there's like the male and female bees or whatever. Bees are like the in analogy, like the females of the world, where they take the seed and they pollinate and make honey, right? Or even the fact that in the bee movie, it's like when the bees disappeared, like no flowers existed, like the world was just bland. And that's what it is. Like, that's what sexual energy is. Sexual energy makes things exciting. And what I want people to know is that it's important to have a balance and the duality. Don't just stay in one place. Like, you know, don't just post pictures of yourself or embracing yourself and not show other sides. That's all I'm saying. So I wanted that to make clear. So if you're gonna subscribe to me, just know if you're gonna stick beside me, that's what to expect, you know? And also, I've been getting comments about how I should make content about being a woman in 2021, and thank you for that suggestion. I'm just trying to, like, you know, I was just kind of trying out different content that resonates with me, that I'm passionate about, just to kind of see what resonates with y'all as well. And I see, you know, that, you know, y'all love talking about things. So do I. I like to talk a lot, obviously, based on this video. So I think moving forward, I do want to expand and do a podcast. But this segment on my channel was called Real Conversations, and I looked it up on iTunes, and there's a whole bunch of podcasts called Real Conversations. So I'm gonna go ahead and name this podcast, this new podcast, Bougie Aura with Laura. And on Bougie Aura, just our brand itself, we talk about prioritizing your energy and living authentically. So that's what I'm gonna be talking about, just like, you know, our experience as being a woman, identity, and how we can just grow as people and as women. So yeah, thank you so much for supporting and commenting all the negative comments or positive comments, whatever. Thank you so much. With that being said, peace and love. Until next time, bye.